Hey Foreverlies, I told y'all that we're doing more floor chats to try to make for a more casual YouTube channel because I've been so burnt out on literally everything. I'll get into that more in a second. So welcome to our second official floor chat. Guys, oh my gosh, I'm seriously crashing out because there's been so much recently. I really got my hopes up and broke my own heart recently, which just wasn't fun. Just really wasn't fun. So if you've watched my channel, you know that we've been trying to buy a house for the past almost 4 years. Since I turned 18, really, I've been trying to buy a house. When I was 18, I couldn't buy a house because my credit score, I had the funds, just not the credit score to back it up. And the market was crazy. It was like bidding wars. And I just couldn't get into one of those bidding wars, but the interest rates weren't bad. The interest rates were actually really good. And then the past few years, we've either not been able to buy a house because home prices were too high, interest rates were too high, monthly payments, or we were just dead broke. I'll be honest. Like, there's been a year where we're dead broke. Me and my sweet husband decide that we're gonna go and see what the market's like. We're gonna see if we can afford a house. We're gonna see really what is in store for us with the current market. But we're just in a place where we really want to be homeowners, and our house that we're living in right now has had mold problems before. So we decided this year we're gonna buy a house. Let's do it. Let's buy a house. Last year I was about to give birth around the time when we could have bought a house because that's just the way our lease worked. So it was just not obtainable, and we were facing a ton of medical costs too at the time, which we just didn't want to go into home ownership with a ton of medical debt. We still have a ton of medical debt, but it doesn't go on credit reports anymore, so don't know what's gonna happen to that, but I mean, if it's not hurting my credit, it's not hurting me. Just saying. We talked to some lenders, we get pre-approved, and they're like, okay, you guys can buy a house that's $550,000. And we're like, woohoo, this qualifies us for some really beautiful homes. And we were very excited about the prospect of having one of these homes. So we go, our excited little butts go and tour these gorgeous homes, and we're picking out what floor plans we like with new builders. And we go and tour a bunch of homes, a bunch of new builds. And we start looking into older homes and just kind of deciding what we're gonna do, because I mean, in this area, that gets you a lot of house. We were touring 3,000 square foot, beautiful homes. And then we decide to do the final math of monthly payment. And it was we should have done this before. I mean, it was very naive to not have done this before, going and touring homes and getting our hopes up. But I mean, sorry for assuming that, we would only be pre-qualified for what we could actually afford. Our monthly payment was going to be $4,000 or $5,000. That's double our rent right now. So we were just kind of oh, never mind. Flush that dream down the toilet. That's not happening. Also, right now, the interest rates are 7%. So by the end of the mortgage, you're paying double on your home. If you get a $300,000 mortgage right now, you end up paying $400,000 in interest by the end of the term, which is absurd. It's crazy. It's a robbery. These banks are seriously robbing people. We flush our hopes and dreams down the toilet and decide, okay, maybe we look into smaller houses. So basically, we're looking into paying $3,000 a month for a house that's smaller than ours right now and older than ours right now, and only 1,500 square feet. Yay! That sounds so stupid, doesn't it? It really does. I'm just so stressed out because it's do we stay renting in this possibly moldy home? Do we move to another rental home and spend all our money on moving costs? Do we buy a house and pay $1,000 more a month in rent? Me and my husband make over double the median income for our area, and we still cannot reasonably afford the payments on the median home price in our area because our bills are so high. I mean, we're paying $400 a month in car insurance. And I hate to talk like finances and stuff online, but this is the reality of it. I mean, like realistically, we should be able to afford to buy a home with our income. But the price of bills, the price of groceries, the interest rate that just knocks up that monthly payment makes it unattainable. So we're just like facing this like almost like moral conundrum. Like, do we invest in a home and hope to God that we can refinance for a lower interest rate? Or do we stay in this rental cycle in this possibly moldy home, by the way? Or do we rent again in a different rental home and pay more and have less to save for a house? And like, if we do stay in this house, is my landlord going to let us renew for 6 months? In those 6 months, our bill's going to be so high that we can't make our down payment, you know? And it's just like, so I really don't have a problem with our home now. I like our home right now. But there being mold in a closet is concerning. And it's just really like, and of course, like, we want the security of home ownership. Like, that's the goal. That has been the goal since I turned 18 years old, but it has been unattainable for me each year. In 2020, like 5 years ago, the houses that we were looking at right now would have been like $1,000 a month. Do we go and just live frugally so we can have that dream of home ownership and that security of home ownership? Or do we live comfortably and continue to rent? And I mean, if we did buy a home, so basically we started looking at homes within like a 10-mile radius of where we are now. And then we ended up, we ended up at the end of the day just looking at houses like literally right next to my mom. Like, we would basically be neighbors with my mom. And we're looking at her neighborhood because my daughter currently goes to school in my mom's neighborhood, in that school. And I think just the stability of her being able to stay at the same school is just so worth it. But that's where we're at right now. Like, we don't know exactly what we're gonna do. One of my mom's neighbors, like directly across the street, is moving out right now. It was built over 10 years ago, and it was, it's only like, I think like 1,800 square feet, which is like 300 square feet smaller than where we're living now. It's 3 bedrooms. But I think just to like be able to have the community that we have in my mom's neighborhood is worth every penny. And be able to just like walk to my mom's for dinner and walk to my mom's whenever I need help with the baby is worth every penny. So I mean, like, I'm just really like, I've just been really like stressed out to the point where I've been sick recently. Because not only am I balancing studying for 5 hours a day and trying to post on social media and like feel authentic about it, which I haven't felt authentic about it recently. That's why I haven't been on YouTube all month, because nothing I post has felt authentic, because I'm just like so stressed and I just want to talk about like what's going on right now and how like unattainable the housing market is for literally anybody, not just like, I mean, my husband's a software engineer, which is a good, stable job, and I do social media. We should be able to afford a house just by, like, those given job titles, because those are both very, like, I'm not trying to be, like, that person and say, like, oh, we make good money, but we do make good money, and we should be able to afford a home, but we can't. Like, the American dream is slowly fading away. Like, we literally drive cheap cars and shop at like Aldi and Winco to save money, and we still like affording a house is just like, bye. Woo! If you want me, you're gonna have to save $1,000 extra a month and get a crappier house. Woo! And I'm really just like struggling because everyone's like, oh, the home prices are going to go down this year. Like, we're going to have another 2008 marketing crash. What if that does happen? What if I get in a home and the value decreases and we're upside down on a home loan and we want to move to a bigger house because the house we would get, like if we have more kids, we're not going to have room for more kids unless they share a bedroom. So, oh my gosh, guys, I feel stupid because it feels obvious. Like, obviously I should be renting another year, but I just, like, we want to buy a house so bad and we could, but is it a smart idea? Is it a smart idea? I don't know. It's really like, I'm having to almost like predict the future and predict that we're going to be able to refinance for a lower interest rate and predict that we're gonna be able to like pay down the principal for a smaller interest payment. But basically right now we're at the point where we can make an offer on a home. We are pre-approved, we've gone through underwriting, and we even found like a government down payment assistance program that is helping us do this. But the monthly payment is just like the biggest thing for us. Like how is literally anybody surviving right now? Especially in this area that's just like growing so rapidly. Like, I did not ask for all these people from California and New York to move into my Texas and make things so expensive. No offense to people from California and New York, but go back home. So I'm just truly, genuinely exhausted. And I just wanted to talk about this because, like, I don't think home ownership right now is achievable for the average American. I really don't. Like, especially when you look at the median income of areas and then the median home price and what that median home price means for monthly payments and down payments and how much you have to save and how much bills are and groceries are. Like, nobody can afford to buy a house right now. I don't know. I just, for some reason, feel like this is the year, like, it has to be done or we have to make some sort of change because we've had, like, a mold issue here before, and that's scary. And, I mean, we really could just move rentals and rent a different house, but do I want that? I mean, I just feel like there's so much security that comes with home ownership, and that's the dream, and that's what I've been trying to achieve for so long. I don't know. I just had to come in on here and rant because I just feel defeated and I haven't like wanted to film vlogs or content. And then I filmed like this huge like home shopping video before we found out like maybe we can't afford these homes. And I mean, technically we could afford them, but we don't want to be house broke. I feel like that's like the biggest thing. We want to be able to still like travel and live our lives without spending our entire paychecks on a home. So that's where I'm at. Just wanted to hop on, give y'all an update. I'm literally like crying myself to sleep because like I just feel like my dreams. Oh, I'm gonna cry. Here I am talking to my phone and crying because houses are so expensive. I'm not even asking for that much either. We just want like a 1-story house at this point. Like, it started out like, oh, we want 2,500 square feet, 4 bedrooms. And then we're like, oh, wait, if we could just like get a house with the roof on, we'll be good. You say hi? You waving at yourself, say hi. Okay. So that's where we're at right now. Prices are crazy, and it should be illegal for interest rates to be this high. Like, having to pay more than the house is worth in interest should be illegal, and it's seriously insane. Oh, Render's having so much fun. Anyways, I just like feel like my dreams were attainable at one point, and I couldn't get them because I've been shopping on Zillow, like, all the time since I was, like, 15 years old. Like, looking at houses and just dreaming of buying a home. Yeah, and just each year it gets further and further from reach. And right now, it's, like, literally at my fingertips. Like, I could buy a home and put an offer on a home, but I just don't know if I'm doing the right thing. And if I do buy a home and put an offer on a home, I want to make sure that it's somewhere we can be for at least 5 to 10 years, realistically, because I'm scared that something's going to happen with the market and we're going to be upside down and our value isn't going to be where it is. And it's scary buying a house. Like, even when you can, like, usually real estate is an appreciating asset, but with how high things are right now, like, I'm scared that it's going to depreciate. And I just want to make sure if we get into a place, we're going to be happy there. It's the biggest thing. And my family is going to be happy. We want to get a house, like, our literally biggest criteria right now is that we get a house in the same school district. So my daughter can stay at the school with her friends. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed me crying on the internet again. That was fun. That was really fun. We should do this again next week, same time, same place. Yeah, sorry, I probably am bringing like the most insane energy right now. I promise you I'm mentally stable. It's just like the stress is just literally insane right now. Because why? Like, the home prices aren't even that high. It's just the interest rates that are making them this high. I'm gonna stop yapping and like go and play with Ryder now. We're gonna play bunnies. We're gonna play Hop Little Bunny. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you like this video and subscribe to our channel. And I will see you guys in the next video. I'm gonna be posting like a touring homes video soon, and just know that that is unrealistic and we can literally not afford any of those homes. Technically, we could afford the homes on paper, but whenever you bring bills into the equation and grocery prices and like wanting to maybe leave the house occasionally, we can't. So make sure you like this video, subscribe to our channel, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.